Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Outliers YouTube channel and podcast series and our program, Get to Know. I'm your host, DP Lyle, and I'm here with my partner in crime, Kathleen Antrim.
Thanks, Doug. We have got a fantastic interview today. It's somebody we haven't had on before. She has written 96 books. 96. It's just amazing.
Did you say 96?
I said 96. Yes, exactly. And she's a best-selling author. Welcome, DiAnn Mills. It's great to have you to the show.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. And you know what? I can't believe 96 either, but that's good. And I'm excited.
Oh my gosh. Well, we are very excited to have you. And as our viewers know, I like to delve a little bit into your past.
Okay.
So, I want to ask about your childhood. And I was wondering if you feel your childhood contributed to you becoming a writer. Were you a shy child? Were you, extroverted? Were you a reader? Were you athletic? Tell us about it. Did you have any imaginary friends? Because we definitely want to hear about those if you did.
I didn't have any imaginary friends, but I was very introverted, very shy, very overweight, and to, uh, I guess you would say, pacify myself. I told myself stories. And that's how I entertained myself. And when I was in the second grade, I wrote my first book on a big Chief notebook pad with a number 2 pencil. And I think it was a Western, and he always rode off into the West. I have no idea what happened to it. I'm sure I wouldn't want to see it. But yes, and no imaginary friends. I had a dog that I dearly loved, a collie and shepherd mix, just sweet, sweet dog. Lived on a farm, loved taking walks on the farm and thinking about more stories. So that's me. Were they boring?
So, when did you start writing professionally? How did you take that step? And did you have another career before that?
Let's see. Yes, I had a career before that. I was a daycare director. We also had a little preschool. No, I don't write for children now. Um, Maybe their parents, but not the kids. I started writing when my husband, and we'd been married 2 years, I guess. And he said to me, "Stop telling me that someday you're going to write a book. Quit your job. I'll give you 1 year to get anything published. And if you do, you don't have to go back to that other job." That was in 96. I sold the book in 97. It came out in 98. I wrote articles and some devotions and a short story during that time, and got those published. And I never went back to the other job.
Wow.
So, since 1996, you've written 96 books.
Yeah, and that's wild. I haven't thought about it that way.
That's a lot of books. I mean,
That's a lot of books.
yeah, that's so.
What's your process? How do you say you come up with an idea? What do you do? I mean, how do you sit down and rip out that book so fast? You must.
Well, first of all, I'm a seat of the pants writer.
Good.
Everything is about character. And so my process begins, what if? And I just stew on that for a while. What kind of character would have the most to lose and the most to gain by being successful or not successful? And why? Their backstory. Now, I'm seat of the pants, but I do 14 to 17 pages of backstory before, well, backstory, characterization sketch, fill in the blanks and wonder, why did I ask myself this question? And I do all that before chapter 1, line 1. And then I'm off to the races.
So you know the main characters involved before you start writing, and you have an idea what the story problem is, and then you just take off.
Right. I never know the ending till I
Yeah,
get there.
yeah. Don't know who all the bad guys are.
Yes, yes.
When you're looking at a story idea, when you do that what if, how do you evaluate whether or not that's an idea you want to spend, 8 months to a year writing and then another
Or
year
in your case,
promoting?
2 months to 3 months.
Yeah, yes, yeah, exactly. But how do you evaluate that idea, whether or not it can support a novel, etc.? Like, how does a story idea win to get to
How
be
does it
written?
win? Well, first of all, I'm a very picky reader. If I'm not captured in the first line, the first paragraph, maybe by the end of the first page, I'm going to go on to something else. So I know that the suspense, the questions of wow, um, how would I work through this? Is it possible? And if I see a whole lot of, I don't see how it's possible for this character to get out of this mess, then I want to write it. And granted, it may take me 4 or 5 days to figure out the ending, but if it challenges me, then I want to write it. If it doesn't challenge me, then I'll be bored. I imagine the reader would be bored too.
Well, let me ask you, when you said you're a picky reader, and so when you pick up a book or go online and read how you can read the sample and you read the first page, is it the character, is it the situation, or is it the voice of the writer that grabs you most strongly?
It's the character and how they are introduced.
Okay.
Um, I, as far as voice, we writers, we have a voice, whether we want to say we do or not. And the character, what I think about is this. It's like, and we're going to be getting into the football season here very quickly. It is like a writer is like a coach on the sidelines. And so we hopefully have developed great characters and put them on this plot that, oh my goodness, are they going to make it or not? And so I'm just watching them act and react and be a hero, not be a victim, uh, more about others than themselves, uh, forcing them to accept one challenge after another, learn from it, get shot a few times, uh, those kinds of things. And as the coach, I'm just watching them and hoping I don't have to call them back to the sidelines. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
It makes perfect sense.
absolutely. You're calling the plays and they've got to act it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It, and I'm sure your characters surprise you sometimes. You get into it and say, "Oh, well, of course she would do that. I
Yes.
wouldn't, but she would." Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming, but now I understand why. Oh yeah, I love that part. Uh, I, I, I love watching them change and grow, how they recover from the bad hits. Um, those times, like us, they think, "Why am I doing this? Maybe I'll just quit," but I can't. Those kinds of things. I love that.
Well, let's talk about number 96. What a
Yes,
great cover.
Thank you, thank you.
beautiful.
So, what is number 96 going to do for us?
Well, it's set in Texas. I live in Houston. Most of the book is set right where you see in the Guadalupe Mountains of West Texas. In fact, I'll tell you this. Well, I'm sort of OCD about research. So I want to be there. I want to have that whole sensory perception thing. I want to talk to other people, find out what it's all about. So, yes, I hiked the Guadalupe Mountains And there's a specific spot that is totally off the grid called Dog Canyon. And yes, I was there. So, the story. What if a little Russian girl was kidnapped and taken off the grid in order to get her father to comply to a Russian gang's mandate? That's where I started with it. So I thought, what do I need? What do I need? I need a wilderness survival expert, and I want it to be a woman. And I need a Texas Ranger.
You always need a Texas Ranger.
Absolutely. You know, cowboy type, rugged, um, has a has a flair for negotiation. And he met her some time ago, and she wouldn't have a thing to do with him. So that helps with my love interest because they are going to be hiking those mountains by themselves looking for this child. So are they going to get along? They're going to kill each other? What about nature? I just had a wonderful, wonderful time writing this, not only going there, but researching real wilderness survival experts. How do you eat? Where do you find stuff to drink? What do you pack? Oh, it was just an amazing experience. You know, I'm getting excited. I'm trying to calm down. But I feel that if I don't learn and grow something physically, mentally, spiritually, when I'm writing, I can't expect the reader to have an adventure either. So I'm going to do whatever it takes. Um, and this book is no different. I mean,
Do all your books get you this excited, or are they some of them just stick above and say like this is really, really, really fun story?
no, they all affect me like this.
Right, good.
And that's why I still do what I do as a grandmother. I'll admit that. And oh my goodness, I've taken the FBI, maybe you did this too, the Citizens Cadet Academy to know more about them. I've done ATF. Um, oh, once, let's see, how many years ago? 10 years ago. I went to Sudan, southern Sudan, to explore and investigate a book. Probably was not my smartest move ever, but I did learn a lot.
Very dangerous country.
Oh,
Back then and now. One of the worst in
yeah.
the world. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Had a few experiences that when I got back, I thought, DiAnn, where were your brains? Um, But in any event, yes, I do get excited. I want that reader to have that adventure. I want them to know real characters. I want to not get an email or a text that says, obviously, you didn't know what you were talking about. You know, none of us want those.
Right.
But I do enjoy what I do. I enjoy the writing. I enjoy the whole process, even the editing, even the editor that says, you know what, we've all gotten those. I really do value what a writer goes through to ensure that those stories sing, dance, and play the piano.
Well, you know,
I
I think you're
love
the
that.
poster child for the question we always get. People say, "Well, why do you write?" And the answer is because I have to.
I have to. Yes,
You're the
absolutely.
poster child for that. I can feel that. Yes.
So we
Yes.
have a saying on the back of our new baseball caps. In fact, Doug's wearing one of them, and it's in Latin, and it's scribo Ergo
Scribo,
sum.
ergo sum.
And it means I write, therefore I am.
Oh,
I think that applies to you.
yes, I've got to get me one of those caps and the t-shirt and the mug. You know, all of those things, I've got to have those. Yes, that sounds amazing. But you know, another thing that is really, really important to me, seriously, but I do get excited and passionate about it, is making sure, just like y'all are, I can say y'all, I'm in Houston, um, that the next generation of writers are better than what we are. And I don't mean that offensive, that we're not doing our best. That's not what I mean. But I mean for the process to continue and for them to do better than I ever have. I like that.
Well, that's exactly what we do at Outliers. We bring along the next generation.
Yep.
We teach them, and it's very selfish because I want to read their books.
Mhm.
I want the next Elmore Leonard.
Oh,
I want to know where that person is, and I want them to start writing and telling these stories. And I want to know where the next great writer is. And so we try to help in our little way of doing that. I wish when I started out 30 years ago, again, about 1996, like you're talking about, I
mhm.
wish I had had something like that. But back
Oh,
then it was reading books on writing and maybe going to a conference and chatting with people. But yeah, it's the next generation, and that's really what it's all about.
oh, yes, I agree. And oh, yes, I remember trying to use a computer. I remember, oh,
Floppy disk.
uh,
Yes.
waiting for the dial-up on the internet and all of those things. And then you think, okay, how far will technology be in that next generation? I mean, now we're
Oh,
all addressing AI and brainstorming with it and things of that nature. And uh, and that's fun, but it's all a process. But it keeps us learning and growing. Because when we stop doing that, they might as well just dig the grave. And
right. No, that's true. Yeah. And I mean, one of the reasons I love being a writer is because we are constantly on the learning curve.
Mhm.
You're never done learning.
Mhm.
So, you can always do it better.
Oh,
Absolutely. So,
So
Diane,
what's next for you?
yeah.
I am putting out, finishing up the line edits for a book titled Forged by Flames, set in Houston. An arson investigator walked away from his wife and unborn child 22 years ago. And then his wife turns up dead and his daughter is missing.
Wow, what a premise.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty exciting.
that
Now, where can our viewers learn more about you and buy your books?
DiAnnMills.com, and that's DIANN Mills.com. I love my website. Well, I really like my web designer, so that helps. But there's information about the book trailers, and I have a book club tab. Now, I love putting things together for book clubs.
Hmm.
And so I have games, I have menus according to what my characters eat. Um, oh, what I did different this time, AI. I was the one who brought that up. In my book, In Canyon of Deceit, there is there's a song in a prologue that my heroine writes for her younger sister when she's 12. At the end of the book, there is a song that she writes for the hero. So I went to AI Suno, Suno, pick out my voice, pick out the type of music I wanted. And on the book page, there is a song for readers, the one that she did when she was 12 and the one she did when she was 32.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yes. No, you don't want me singing it. It's that voice. But yeah, I want to have as many things for my readers as possible. And book clubs, there are so many of them that think, well, I'd like to have a book club. I don't know what to do. Well, honey, I give it to you. If you're here in Houston, I'll come. If you're somewhere else, let's Zoom and let's have fun.
Love it. Absolutely love it. DiAnn,
Yes.
we've got to have you back on. You are such a joy. You've got great advice and just a fantastic interview. So thank you so much for being here with us on Get to Know. Really
Oh,
appreciate it.
thank you. I was so nervous about this interview. I thought, these are the ones. These are, you know, people I admire and respect, and I don't want to get there and make a fool of myself. So I know that just went on the video, but that's okay. That's
No,
me.
you're fantastic.
No,
Anybody.
You're a
no,
great interview.
we're in awe of you. I mean, my
Yes.
goodness, my goodness. Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely. So thank you again. We'll have you back. And Doug, I'll throw it back to you after I tell our viewers to please click the thumbs up, and that will help get this interview out in the algorithm. And if you like what we're doing here, please subscribe. It's free. You just click a button and then you won't miss an interview. Okay, Doug, it's yours.
DiAnn, thank you so, so, so much. Especially someone from Big H and Big T. I mean, there's no place quite like it. And I appreciate you being here. And so, as everybody out there knows, we'll be back with other interviews here on the Outliers YouTube channel and podcast series. And until then, keep reading, keep writing, keep having fun, and try not to get caught.